It's time to rank every Ultra Art animation in the game on a tier list, SS being the best, D being basically Kid Buu level. We can just start off by putting Kid Buu there. So, I'm literally going to be ranking this on pretty much two things. One, how good, or I guess how good is the animation of their actual Ultra animation? Does it represent like the actual ink art animation that Ultra started off with? And the second thing is their pose. What is their actual like art itself? Like, for example, Ultra Kid Buu's, his pose, like, you know, at the very end of his animation when he's just sitting there, when the PNG is floating up and down. That's also going to be factored into this. It's going to be how good is their animation and how good is their pose. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I'm literally just looking at the Ultra animations and arranging whether or not I think or choosing whether or not I think they're good or not. So, to kick things off, well, we had Kid Buu, obviously. Ultra hits. So, Ultra hits. I have a bit of a bone to pick. Ultra hits, I feel like his animation is pretty lackluster, except for when he actually shatters the dimension, or he enters his time skip and the glass like shatters and it pans in. I feel like there is a redeeming quality of his animation, but his pose is, I mean, it's okay. It's okay at best. I don't know. I feel like they should have not made him slant like they did. But I'm going to put hit to start things off. I'm going to put his in B. I feel like there's a part of his animation I like, but overall, I definitely think it could have been way better, but it's not horrible. It is not horrible. And also, unlike the tier list I just did, this is not going to be ordered. I am not ordering anything on here. I'm not even SS. I'm not ordering anything. I just tier list, boom, because this is all subject to interpretation. No one tier list is going to be correct. So I'd rather just not organize them like best at the front, worst at the back. Like, it's just tier list. That's it. So none of this is going to be ordered. Anyways, Ultra Rosé. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I think Ultra Rosé is absolutely fire. And I think a lot of you would probably agree with me. Especially his pose. Dude, his pose is so fire. Like, straight up, Ultra Rosé's pose. Oh my God. And I love his animation. I don't know, man. I feel like I've seen some people like kind of shit on his animation, but dude, I actually love his Ultra art so much. And I'm gonna put him in S. Actually, no, we'll put him in S. I don't feel like it's anything crazy. His ink brush, also in, you know, it's kind of basic. It's just him like stabbing himself playing with the scythe. But I definitely feel like his is pretty good. I like it a lot. I like his pose. I like the animation. S tier is where I'm putting him. I absolutely love his ultra art. Well, his animation's okay, but his actual art is so banger. So, Ultra Gogeta Blue. Oh, okay. It's easy SS for me. It's easy SS. But I'm also biased. I love Gogetas. Gogetas for me are probably gonna be higher up pretty much no matter what. I love his animation. Like, it is probably, is it the best Ultra art for me? I don't know. I would say it's definitely like number one or number two for Ultra art. I love Ultra Gogeta Blues, dude. It is so fire. Like, dude. Oh my God, it's so fire. And his pose too, like, it just screams it's futile, bro. It just screams it's futile. I love him. So, I'm gonna put him in SS. I think that is a nice fitting point. Ultra Turles. Okay, here's the thing. Ultra Turles, I'm putting in B. And the reason why, I do not like his animation. His animation is not an ink art at all. It's just animation. It doesn't feel like the Ultra ink art that you would expect to see, but his pose, I like a lot. I like his pose, and that's why I'm putting it in B. I like his art. But the actual animation for his art is ass. I mean, it's I don't know why they made him an Ultra, to be honest. So, I think B is a fair placement for Turles. Ultra Broly. Well, Ultra Broly's, let's see. He screams because it's literally half of it is just Kakarot. It's just him, Kakarot screaming. However, it does feel like an ink art animation. Like, his, I feel like, is actually pretty solid. I liked his a lot. I liked when he screamed and then, you know, transformed into Broly. Yeah, the little like pulsating galaxy or not galaxy, little orb or whatever. His art itself, I feel like is okay, but I think I'm comfortable placing him in A. I actually like his art. I don't think it's anything crazy, but it is certainly, his animation was good. Oh, maybe I put him in S. Maybe I put Broly in S. I don't know. Do I like it that much? I don't know. I don't actually like his actual art as it's not anything crazy to me, but I think putting him in A is fair. I'm gonna slap Broly in A. I think that's a nice placement for him. Ultra Golden Frieza. Oh my god, guys. Ultra Golden Frieza. Okay. This might be a little bit controversial, but Ultra Golden Frieza's, right? The actual it's an animation. It's not really an ink art, which kind of upsets me. However, his animation felt so clean, especially when it fades to white and you have the two eyes. Oh my, it actually, like, I don't know, bro. I actually think Ultra Golden Frieza's was pretty solid. I'm gonna slap his in A as well. I liked it a lot. I don't think it's S because, again, it doesn't really have that ultra feel to it. It just feels like an animation more than an ink art. However, it was really good and his actual art is really cool. I'm gonna put him in A. I think that is a fitting place for him. Janemba. All right. I'm gonna put Janemba's in C. And here's my reasoning for this. His actual art, like him standing there with his sword in the sky, it's horrible. It's a PNG. It's Kid Boo's. It's literally a PNG. However, when Janemba's thing, or in his animation, when he's, you know, forming himself by having all the particles like collect together, I actually thought that looks pretty cool. That is the only redeeming quality of his ultra art, or his ultra animation. That's why I'm putting him in C. His art, in my opinion, bad. Animation, bad, except for the very beginning. His animation has one part of it that I actually liked. Everything else was pretty ass. So he's going in C. Ultra Gohan. Okay. This might be a little bit controversial. I'm gonna put him, well, maybe not, I don't know if it's controversial. I'm gonna put him in A. And here's my reasoning. His animation was kind of similar to Turles's, where it's just animation. It's not really ink art. I wasn't really a fan of his actual animation. It felt very basic. However, his art is phenomenal. Like the tears. I don't know if you guys have seen his actual art. I mean, obviously you have, but his tears. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't like Ultra Gohan's animation because it wasn't inky. It was a lot very animated, which I didn't like. However, his tears that his tears and his art that he sheds and his just art in general is so phenomenal that it makes up for his animation. If his animation was better, I'd probably put him S or SS. However, I really like his art. His art looked really good. So I think I am okay with placing Ultra Gohan in A because of his art. Animation, yeah, it's pretty mid. Not really a fan of his animation, but yeah, art. Did I just say his art's mid? I think I did. But anyways, Ultra Majin Vegeta. Okay, I don't know how you guys are gonna react to this. I'm gonna put him. Ooh, this might suck. I'm gonna put him in C. No, sorry, B. His art is solid, but his actual animation, there was no ink. Again, it's just an animation. It doesn't feel like an actual. It doesn't feel like what Ultras originally stood for. However, when he's first going Majin and the hands like reach over him, I thought that was pretty sick, and I liked that little detail. I think his animation was mid. His art is okay. I'm just not really a fan. I'm gonna leave him at B. I don't know, man. To me, it feels like one of those. It's just an animation. It doesn't actually mean anything, or it didn't give me that feels that, like, for example, Ultra Gogeta Blue did or Rosé did. I think this is a fair placement. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Okay. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Here's the thing. If I remember correctly, I believe there was a little bit of ink. Actually, I don't know. I don't think there was ink. It was mostly animation. No, there was some ink. That's right. No, there was a little bit. It actually had a slight bit of ink animation, and it did not feel like an animation. It did not feel like an ink animation. It actually felt like a ultra. How do I put it? It's like, it did not feel like it was just an excuse for, like, just making an animation. I don't really know how to explain this. It wasn't like Ultra Turles, for example, where it's just an intro, a pseudo intro in the animation. It was actually like, it really did feel like an Ultra. I'm gonna put him in S because I do think his animation did not have a lot of ink, like, you know, what Ultras, like, for example, like Ultra Gogeta Blue, it had colored ink. That was sick. I loved Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was a little bit less of that, but his art, really good. Animation, loved it. I think that putting him in S is fair. I like him being an S. I love him though, and I would put him in SS if his animation was just a little bit more. It had a bit of a better ultra feel to it, if that makes sense. Ultra UI Goku. Okay, Ultra UI Goku. How do I feel about him? I think Ultra UI Goku's was pretty good, actually. I actually like Ultra UI Goku's a lot. And especially when, you know, you have like Vegeta yelling at him. And it did feel like there was some ink as well. Like, even though there wasn't really any direct ink, there was... How do I put this? I think it could have been better. I don't think it was horrible. But it's lackluster, if that makes sense. His animation and his art looks pretty good. But his art, it still feels like it's missing something. Animation was... I feel like he was just okay in general. He was just okay. I think B is a fitting point for UI. I think there was just something missing for UUI. Wasn't really a fan of his art. I feel like there was... I don't know. I guess like when I first saw his art, I was kind of hoping he'd like, you know, do like the galaxy breathing or whatever. But I guess he did that when he was going MUI. So I guess I wouldn't really see that. But yeah, he's you know, I think putting him middle of the road is pretty good. I like him being middle of the road. Ultra Beast Gohan. Okay, well, this is going to be controversial because a lot of people do not like him. They do not like his art. They don't feel like it's very fitting, or it doesn't really look like an actual Ultra character, which I agree with. I think his actual art was pretty bad. However, or no, sorry, his art is okay. I actually don't mind his art. However, his animation still felt like it I guess like when Orange Piccolo is getting shot, there is a little bit of ink that you can see, like when the thing explodes. It does actually feel like an ink animation, but I do feel like it was missing something. And so because it also had that animation feel to it, and it wasn't really like, there was a little bit of ink art, which is why I'm not putting this lower than I am. His art is okay. I feel like I'm putting him in B as well. I feel like he maybe if you wanted to, you could put him in C, but to me, I feel like B is a fair placement. He's not anything crazy. I actually like his art. I actually think it's kind of cool. However, I think that putting him, you know, B is a fair placement for him. Ultra Kaioken Goku. Okay. Ultra Kaioken Goku. Guys, his has an ink feel to it. It actually does have ink, and it doesn't feel like an animation. It feels like an actual Ultra. I'm putting this guy in SS. I am putting him in SS. I think his art is fucking amazing. I loved him. I think Ultra Kaioken Goku is so sick, right? His transformation that he does in the Ultra, it actually feels like it has an Ultra feel to it. The animation looked, or sorry, well, yeah, I'll say the Ultra animation for it felt so good. It just feels like an actual Ultra. I'm leaving him SS. I think he is so cool. And he actually came out on my birthday too, and I didn't get him. I got heavily shafted, which I was pretty sad about. I think he is SS. I love his art. His art looks so good. He is so fire. And if you don't agree with me, that's okay. That is okay. I love his art, love his animation. I think he's really cool. Now, I don't think I would put him above Ultra Gogeta Blue if I did rank this, but I still think he's SS. Ultra Omega Shenron. SS. Easy SS. Guys, I don't know if you've seen this guy's animation. Bro, his Ultra art looked so good. And there was an ink feel to it. It felt like an Ultra. Dude, oh my god. Especially his actual like art and his animation, bro. This guy's animation was so good. So good. Oh my goodness. Like, Ultra Omega looked so clean, especially the little like this aura that's surrounding him when he chews the Dragon Balls, the ink that spits out. Like, dude, that is what an Ultra should look like. I actually think he has some of my favorite art in the entire game. Among Legends Limiteds, Ultras in general, like, that is what an Ultra should look like. And I don't know if you guys have ever made him your home screen. I don't know if you've ever made this guy your home screen. When you make him your home screen, dude, oh my god, it looks so good. Like, this guy is SS easily. Easily SS. Ultra Omega Shenron looks so goddamn good. I am so happy. I wish that he wasn't bad, but oh my god, dude, he's so nice. Oh, I love him so much. All right, Ultra Vegito Blue. So this guy, he has ink to him. It feels like an Ultra. It doesn't feel like an animation. It feels like an Ultra art, especially his goddamn pose, bro. Guys, his pose, his background, everything, SS. Phenomenal unit. I love him so much. And his animations too. If we want to go outside of, if we want to go into his actual animations, like in game, phenomenal. Ultra art, phenomenal. Pose, phenomenal. Animation, phenomenal. Everything, it's so good. Like, dude, I love Ultra Vegito Blue. I love Ultra Vegito Blue. Him and Ultra Gogeta Blue felt so amazing. They truly did feel like some of the best we've ever seen. Like, it is crazy. Next, Ultra Super Saiyan Goku. I'm a little bit conflicted with this character because as much as I like his Ultra, like he has the Ultra feel to it, my only issue with his is, I mean, granted, it was the first Ultra of all time, so maybe there's gonna be a little bit of bias coming in. Really good animation, really good, like he feels really nice. However, I don't know if I'm gonna put him SS. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I want to put him SS. And the reason why is because, again, his actual animation feels pretty, like, it's really good, but it kind of feels like he's missing something. However, we are going to give him some grace because he is the first Ultra ever. He was the first Ultra to ever touch the game, so of course he's a prototype. I'm going to put him SS. I'm going to get, he is the only unit on this list that will get some slack. He has ink. His animation felt very, even though it was simple, it was really good. His art, really good. Pose, really good. Compared to the newer ones, I don't feel like he is better. However, again, first Ultra of all time, we're gonna give the dev some slack. All right, so we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And honestly, I'd probably get flamed if I didn't put him in SS. So we're gonna put him in SS so I don't get flamed. Ultra Super Saiyan Gogeta, the first ever paid Ultra. This guy had ink. His animation felt very nice. I remember pulling this guy, the hype that it leads you when you see his body go from like a nice grayish, like a what is it? It's like, you know, they fuse, galaxy pops up, and then it like zooms into him. That whole sequence was really good. However, I'm gonna be putting him in S. I feel like his animation was missing something. I guess, how do I put this? I guess another thing too is his pose. Even though yeah, this is what he did in the movie, I don't know. His art wasn't the craziest in the world. Still very good. Animation very good. I liked him a lot, and I still do. But I just don't feel like he is that SS level. I feel like he just doesn't have that Raz that you would see in all of these SS characters. I feel like he is missing something. Now, if you want to put him in SS, by the way, I can totally understand it. I'm just saying for me, I'm gonna put him a little bit below. And I'm a Gogeta fanboy. So it hurts me to not have every Gogeta in SS, okay? But I'm trying to be, well, I guess I don't really have to be fair because it is my tier list, and I guess I can do whatever I want with it. But still, anyways, Ultra Super Vegito, the guy that I would argue started a lot of people's edits. When people made edits for Dragon Ball Legends, a lot of people use this guy, and for good reason. He's SS. I'm gonna be honest. I think he is SS. I love his art, his background, dude. With Goku and Vegeta, like, I am such a fan of his art. I think his animation is okay, but I love his art. His pose is awesome. The background with Goku and Vegeta, awesome. I love him. I think he is phenomenal. Ultra Super Vegito, I never pulled him, by the way, and I'm pissed. I missed out on his absolutely insane reign, and I'm pissed about that. I'm so sad that I missed out on the GOAT. Like, he was so fun to use. And I know because I had a friend that used him back when I was in high school. In the cap, we would go to lunch, and he had Super Vegito. He'd use him. I literally would take his phone and start using him because I didn't have him and I wanted to use him. I love him. He's cool. Now, Ultra Vegeta. Okay. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about him. I think that in game he's complete ass, but his ultra animation and his pose I actually don't mind. However, the actual animation for him felt very lame. It felt basic, but his pose and the art behind his pose is pretty good. I'm gonna put him in B. I'm putting him in B. I don't feel like he is C, and I don't feel like he is D. But I like his pose. The animation behind his pose with the aura and everything is pretty cool. I am satisfied with this tier list. I'm not organizing it. Nothing is ordered. But this is I am satisfied with this. You guys might think he is trash, and I do agree, but he's not totally garbage. I feel like he's probably above Janemba for me, but below everybody else. I just don't think he has the C or D tier, because it does actually feel like they put a little bit of effort into him versus Janemba and Kid Buu. It just felt like they took a piece of paper out of the trash can, maybe they took crayons and started coloring it and then threw it out there. That's what Janemba and Kid Buu feel like. Ultra Vegeta, I'm gonna give him some slack. I feel like he's actually pretty nice. But yes, this is my Ultra Animation tier list. I am satisfied with this. I'm not ranking everything. Nothing is ordered. Everything is just tier list. There's no order, no number 1, no number 2. This is how I think about all their arts. I am happy with this. A lot of the Ultra characters in this game, I like a lot. Not all of them, but most of them, which is why there's a whole bunch of SSs and S's. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I like it and I'm okay with this.